Welcome to the Joyful Noise Show right here on jnzradio.com. I'm JoJo, and I'm hanging out with Samantha, the Red Thread Lady.
I am the Red Thread Lady.
We have cards. The Red Thread Lady. Now, Samantha, we all have red threads on.
Yeah.
Samantha, this is the first time I've met you.
Yes, it is.
And the Bearded Trevor told me that you have been around, like Cornerstone. Did you say Warped? Warp Tour. The Warp Tour? I always thought it was the Warped Tour. I really did. Anyways, that was the joke for the night. Okay, Cornerstone, where else?
And we were at Alive in Ohio and Ichthus in Kentucky. And we also went over to Sunshine in Minnesota. And then just had some benefit shows around.
So you travel all over the United States doing this?
We did this summer. So this is our first full summer tour for Red Thread.
So is there other people doing the same thing you're doing?
Yeah, they do.
You say we,
Yeah, the Red Thread movement has different sections, and so I run the music section, and so I was responsible for taking it on tour and with organizing with bands. But we also do stuff with colleges and youth groups and companies. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you get to go to all these concerts.
I know, and call it work.
And call it work. Oh, and that's what you do?
No, we're all volunteers, but yeah, it's
wow.
what we do.
That's awesome. And I can't get a job like that. I'm just telling you. Hoping my boss can see this. Oh, we get to see. Did I just hit the table? This is live. Okay, now tell me a little bit about the Red Thread movement. It is supporting what, or it's?
We are an anti-trafficking organization, and so we rescue girls out of sexual slavery in Nepal. And our bracelets are handmade by girls that are at risk of being trafficked or who've been rescued from trafficking. And the money goes back and supports a safe house and 2 border units that we run over there. And so it's all just to raise awareness about sex trafficking and trafficking in general, because it's a huge issue and it's in the United States and it's worldwide, and people need to talk about it more. So. Absolutely.
All right. Joyful Noise Show is about like opening up our mouths and being loud.
Good. I like people being loud. So.
Then you'd like me because I'm really loud. Okay, so I got this bracelet and it's $3, right? Okay, what does that $3 go for?
Well, $1 of it goes directly back to the girl that made it, and we pay them fair trade wages. We employ 125 girls, and it keeps them out of trafficking because it gives them a job and something to do, so that whenever a trafficker will come in with a false job opportunity, then she doesn't have to take it because she's set and she can provide for her family. And so that's part of our work is prevention, and most of what we do is just prevent girls from ending up in a brothel. And so that's what we're really passionate about. So $1 goes to her, the other $2 goes to support. We have monthly payments that we pay for our safe house and our border units, and then after we pay that off, then we can buy stuff like sewing machines or whatever else extra for the girls. So.
Wow. Okay, how did you get involved with this?
My roommate and I are actually the founders of it, and we started out by volunteering at Eternal Threads, which is the organization that we're kind of run under. And so we kind of found out about Nepal through that, and they were already supporting the Safe House, and so we wanted to start something that got more people involved. And so a bracelet was a simple way for someone to commit to helping and to also talk about it. So we started with just 200 bracelets at our college, and they sold out in the first week, so we just branched out.
I've never known a founder before. You're the first. Hi.
Nice.
I'm actually a founder.
Yeah?
Of the Joyful Noise Show.
Yeah. That's pretty special. So.
Wow, we're founders together. So, okay, what college?
Abilene Christian University.
Abilene Christian University. Who do I know that went to Abilene Christian University? You. Do you know a country singer named Deanna Moore?
I don't.
Man, that name just popped right in my head. She went to Abilene Christian.
Did she?
Yeah. So
did Aaron Watson. He's a country singer.
I do know Aaron Watson.
Okay.
Well, I kind of know Aaron Watson. I work in a country radio station full time too.
Okay.
Radio's my life. I love it.
Good.
Red Thread Movement. Now go to the website, and that's what?
redthreadmovement.org.
.org. Okay, and also Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
Our Twitter is Red Thread Music.
Red Thread Music. Now, being a founder, I can see how you're in the music part.
Yeah.
You're like, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, tell me something. This thing that you're a part of, how does that, in your own personal life, how's it moved you, and what's it done for you?
Oh man, well, it's completely changed my life just working with the nonprofit. In fact, I changed my major almost immediately after we started to advertising and public relations so I could work more effectively to make it bigger. But just especially with sex trafficking specifically, since it's such a hard topic, and because we went to Nepal in January and got to meet all the girls that we benefit, and a lot of it has just kind of opened my eyes to the issue of kind of perverted love and how that's affected society. And so you see a lot of girls that are broken, and going out on tour, you see a lot of girls that are just kind of, have low self-confidence, and they think that their image is everything because our society revolves so much around sex and image and stuff like that. And so it's just kind of has shown that, girls are really struggling. They really need some encouragement. And so I think that Red Threads is a good way to provide encouragement for those girls that just don't feel pretty and they don't feel like people care about them. And it gives them an avenue to talk about it, because these girls in Nepal they're young girls too, and they're teenagers just like us. And so when they are weaving the bracelets, they're thinking about how people care about them and how they want to restore their life. And so I think that it's just...
So let me ask you a very tough question now. So,
Okay.
why sex trafficking? You and your roommate are sitting in your room one night and you're going, hey, let's do something to... I mean, what triggered that idea? Was it something that just a personal thing of a family, or what?
Well, my roommate, whenever she was younger, she went on a mission trip to Romania and worked in a safe house there. And so that's where she first heard about sex trafficking, and immediately she was just, that was her passion. And she knew that she wanted to do that for the rest of her life. And so she came in like working towards criminal justice for the girls that are victims of it. And so that was why whenever we found out about Nepal, she just immediately jumped on that. And so I kind of just jumped on with her, and then later just kind of realized how big of an issue it was, and all of these facts that I had no idea about because they were so undercover. And then obviously, just fell for it myself. So
Wow, that's awesome. We've been blessed today to meet so many people in different, I would say, avenues. Is that right, Bearded Trevor? Avenues of ministry and of changing people's lives or directions in their life. And this is one of them. I'll be honest with you. I'm 43. Okay, I said it, Bearded Trevor. But for most of my life, like from the time I was 18 until I was about, I would say 30 years old, a big part of my life was the secular rock scene. And the secular rock scene is just
gnarly.
really bad. And I was in the early 90s, and if you were around the hard rock scene in the early 90s, you know that strip bars were really a big thing for rock stars and for people in the music industry. And I frequented them things all the time. Everybody I knew was either in a band or worked in a strip bar.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, it never dawned on me that would be anything about human trafficking. Now, you're not the first person I've ever interviewed about human trafficking. And I want you to know something, that when I found out that the strip bars are gateways to human trafficking, that blew my mind, because a lot of the girls that I knew that worked, that wasn't at all the case. They were trying to pay the bills or get through college, some of them. But at the same time, I never knew if maybe that was the case with other girls that were working there too, and you never knew what kind of people were hanging out when you weren't there, kind of thing. But I don't think people realize this, that it's not just a Far East country thing. It's a backdoor America thing, and that back door is the strip bar. It's the pornography in our convenience stores. Anytime we go, and pornography was a big part of my life, because drugs and alcohol was a part of my life, and I'll tell you, when you get into that world, that everything comes with violence, the perversions of it. We don't realize that when we go into a convenience store that sells pornography and we don't say something about it, then that's saying it's okay. When we drive by a strip bar and we don't say something about it, then that's saying it's okay. When you see a adult movie store or rental store in your community and you act like that it's not there, then that's saying it's okay. So you might as well be saying that it's okay to allow human trafficking. So I think the challenge that I want to challenge everybody watching this is that it may not, let's put it this way, it affects you. It doesn't matter if you know somebody personally, or if you maybe a family member, or maybe you just, this is the first time you even heard of the entire thing about human trafficking. Now you know, and so yeah, this affects you. And that's the thing about this. We want to bring awareness, right? But we also want to bring an opportunity to do something about it.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm gathering from the Red Thread movement is that this is not, okay, we're not asking you to go and become a militant,
Going into Nepal.
Yeah, we're asking you simply to get online, go to redthreadmovement.org, look into it, and find out where you can help out with even just buying a $3 bracelet.
Yeah, because it's not just girls internationally that are being trafficked in the U.S. for sex. Also girls that, I've actually working the table this summer, I've had some people come up to me and tell me their personal stories about, they were just, a student in college, and one night they were riding the bus and someone had tracked whenever they ride it and actually taken them, and they spent a year in the sex industry in just a city in the U.S. until they were able to escape. And it's more common than it looks, and a lot of people just haven't talked about it or haven't come out with their stories. And so I think the more that we start conversations about it, the more stuff like that will come up, and people will start seeing that it's their neighbor, it's someone in their family.
It's your sister, and it's your mom or your aunt, and your
So it is close to home.
It is. It's everybody's problem.
It is.
So from now on, it's the Joyful Noises' problem too.
That's
and so
right.
we're gonna.
It's your problem. It's my problem.
Yeah, we're gonna commit to this. We're gonna do something about this, and so we'd appreciate it if you sent a link to our website so we could have somewhere just people just could go to our website and go click click, and it's to
make it easy.
Yeah, the Bearded Trevor will make the arrangements for that.
Okay.
Samantha, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
Thank you for having the cojones to take on something so, I can say cojones, can't I, on the internet? Taking something so, what's the word I'm looking for, the Bearded Trevor?
Big.
Overwhelming.
Huge, overwhelming.
Yeah.
And you're a dainty little thing. It's okay, you got us now.
Yeah, good.
That's for sure.
I'm back up.
There you go, redthreadmovement.org, and you heard it all right here on jnzradio.com.